The NBA bans a lot of weird stuff. Shoes, dances, hating on LeBron. And one of the strangest bans I've ever seen is when the NBA banned shorts. See, in 2005, NBA Commissioner David Stern hated hip-hop's fashion. Baggy shorts, long chains, sideways hats. He felt that look represented the NBA poorly. So when he saw NBA players start wearing that, it drove him crazy. He literally made it his mission to ban everything that resembled hip-hop culture. I'm talking sleeveless shirts, hats, chains, sunglasses. He even banned headphones. Ridiculous. But the worst ban of them all was baggy shorts. And this baggy shorts ban led to one of the most expensive fines ever. Yeah, I'm not joking. There's even a Wikipedia page dedicated to this. Anytime a player is representing the NBA, they're not allowed to wear this stuff. That means in-game, during interviews, or on the bench. And Allen Iverson, he was the victim. Him and a few teammates, they decided to protest the NBA by wearing the baggiest shorts they could find. Now, based on the NBA's rules, a player's shorts could only go this low. Any lower, and you were in trouble. Now, you might be thinking, who's gonna keep track of how long someone's shorts are? There's no way the NBA can hire someone to track shorts. Well, they did. Officially in late 2005, they literally hired their first fashion police. A job where some dude is just sitting and watching the game live, looking for anyone disobeying this rule. So when David Stern saw this protest, he knew exactly what to do. Hitting the 76ers with a $200,000 fine. And on top of that, the NBA fined every player $10,000 for every game they wore these shorts. Now I see why James Harden is wearing shorts like this. He ain't trying to get in trouble with the fashion police. But at least wearing long shorts isn't cheating. There's actually a pair of shoes so crazily overpowered, the NBA literally had to ban players from wearing them. Yeah. Coming into the 2010 season, these shoes were making waves across the NBA. And I'm not talking about no Nikes, Jordans, or Adidas. I'm talking about the Athletic Propulsion Labs, or APLs for short. Now, I know at first glance they don't really look crazy, but when the league ran some tests on these shoes, they found that these shoes literally give players superpowers. Yeah, I'm not joking. These shoes have built-in springs and a strap that locks your foot in. So when you take off and jump, it boosts your vertical by 4 inches. Just think about if you gave Steph another 4 inches. This dude would be out here dunking like LeBron and shooting threes like, well, Steph. But the fun never lasts, man. And the NBA officially banned the APL Concept 1s in 2010. Now, I guess shoes that are cheating, it makes sense why they got banned. But the NBA banning a taunt? Why would they do that? Well, back in 2004, Sam Cassell busted out a move nobody else had the balls to do. Literally. During the playoffs, the Timberwolves were desperate for a championship, and things were pretty shaky during Game 2 of the semifinals against the Kings. With 30 seconds left, the Timberwolves were up 1. Sam had the ball, dribbled to the corner, took the shot. Bang. He put him up by 3, ran down the court, and that's when he showed the world just how big his balls are. Now, here's where things get ridiculous. Apparently, while doing this taunt, Cassell twisted the wrong way and literally fractured his hip. How does that even happen? Man, maybe you should have kept the size of your balls to yourself, man. This injury was so brutal, Cassell had to sit out multiple games during the next series, and the Lakers went on to beat the Wolves 4-2. This loss was crushing for the team, and Sam Cassell was the man to blame, only putting up 9 points and 2 assists per game. which is half of his average. All because of this stupid injury. Even their coach Flip Saunders blamed the taunt, saying he made a shot out the corner in game 2 and he did his little big balls dance. And from that, he created a little fracture in his hip. We lost a championship from that. No question. I think about that dance all the time. Damn, this man really having nightmares 20 years later of Sam Cassell playing with his balls. But that's not the only thing Saunders had to say. He went on to tell reporters that if you don't drop a like and subscribe to the channel, you're gonna fracture your hip. Yeah, that's right. You're gonna be walking around like a grandma. And I know you can't risk that, so what are you doing? But anyways, you'd think Sam would retire the taunt after this injury, right? Well, because the NBA didn't ban it right then and there, Sam kept doing it, and it became a staple of his career. He even inspired players like Kobe, Eddie House, Jameer Nelson, and Kevin Martin to do the move. But in 2011, when Josh Smith pulled his big balls taunt out against the Knicks, the NBA realized this taunt was spreading and it needed to be stopped. So they deemed the taunt as inappropriate for basketball, especially for the kids watching. And they made an example out of Josh, fining him $25,000 for doing it. And ever since then, the move has pretty much gone extinct. Now, $25,000 is a lot of money, but one player had an addiction so dangerous, the NBA was forced to ban it to save his life. Yeah, Caron Butler could have died on the court, according to the NBA. See, to calm his nerves before games, Caron picked up one of the weirdest habits I've ever heard of: chewing straws.
Before every game, I start at the nearest Burger King, McDonald's, grab straws, grab a handful of straws, and come to the game and start chewing them and start working out. I usually have a pile of straws. Got a handful on me right now. Keep straws.
It's not that weird. I mean, you get used to it, and it's an everyday routine, everyday thing. So.
On average, this man chewed 12 straws per day, and he chewed these during games. But in 2010, the league came knocking on Caron's door, and they told him, enough is enough, man. They can't have someone like him with massive influence running around with plastic in his mouth. We already see kids trying to copy everything else NBA players do. So imagine they follow Caron and start chewing straws during games. We're gonna have kids out here choking. So they forced Caron to stop, and they told him there's no place for it in basketball. Now, banning chewing on straws is kind of weird, but it's clear why the NBA had to do it. But having your haircut banned, how does that happen? Well, just ask Iman Shumpert. See, over his career, Shumpert has been known for his ridiculous hairstyles. But when he got out of the barbers with this, he even had TMZ clowning him.
Hi, Iman. How you doing? I really like the new hair. What happened to the high top Gumby fade? Why did you change your hair?
I dreaded it up for a little bit, bro.
Shumpert's always used his hair to express himself, and he stayed true to that, even when he signed a deal with Adidas. Shumpert decided that he wanted to represent the brand in a way that no one else ever had. So back in 2013, while playing for the Knicks, Shumpert literally got the Adidas logo shaved into his head, and neither Iman or his barber thought the NBA would have a problem with it. Until the very next day. Shumpert's phone rang, and it was NBA Commissioner David Stern. And if we've learned anything during this video, it's that you're not allowed to have fun in the NBA. When David saw Shumpert's hair, he did not think it was crispy. No, he didn't. According to NBA rules, you're only allowed to rep brands on your shoes. So Shumpert was forced to get rid of the logo, and he broke the tragic news on Instagram, showing that the Adidas logo is now just a triangle. And he also apologized to the NBA, saying, "Sorry NBA, didn't realize there are branding issues with the logo." Now, I'm gonna tell you guys something crazy. If you hate on LeBron James, you will literally get in trouble with the NBA. Yeah, there's actually rules that say you will be kicked out of the arena if you disrespect him. I'm looking at you, Skip Bayless. This all started in 2010, when LeBron came into free agency for the first time ever. After giving Cleveland 7 years of the best basketball he could, his infamous decision happened, where LeBron left Cleveland for Miami and devastated the city. And the fans reacted exactly how you'd expect.
I think it's mass hysteria, but you're talking about LeBron James.
But the lasting memory of tonight will be this shot, his burning jersey in Lakewood.
How arrogant to get on national TV and slap the city and the team that supported you since you've been in high school straight in the face like that.
I feel like, we lost a family member. He was part of our team. He was part of our family. We're from Cleveland. You're supposed to stick together with family, right?
He took a whole team away. There's other players out there. There'll probably never be another LeBron anywhere soon.
The NBA saw how bad the outrage was, so they decided to step in. And after doing some digging, they found some insanely offensive shirts about LeBron and his family. So the NBA immediately hired extra security for the arena and officially banned any shirts or signs that disrespect LeBron. They even rehired the fashion police to be on the lookout in the stands. The NBA, they really did whatever they could, but when you got tens of thousands of people showing up to games, it's hard to stop every single person. So sometimes people slip through. I mean, it still happens to this day. Like this season, when the Lakers faced the Cavs. A man came into the arena holding shirts that said offensive stuff all aimed at LeBron. I mean, the dude even brought LeBron's mom into it. And when the fan was confronted about the shirts, he literally attacked a security guard. Things got so out of hand, police had to escort this dude out of the building. But he still tried to run back into the arena 5 more times. Yeah, and that's when LeBron dropped 46 points in a 115-108 win, all for that weirdo. But imagine how many points LeBron would have scored if he was dripped out in some Yeezys. Ooh. Unfortunately, that's never gonna happen, because the NBA literally banned them. Back in 2018, Kanye West was rumored to be releasing Yeezys designed specifically for the NBA. Let's be honest, when Kanye's coming out with a new shoe, most people are hyped to wear them. But it didn't take long for the NBA to, ruin the fun again. ESPN first reported that the Yeezys that Kanye was designing were banned by the NBA before they were ever worn in a single game. Yeah, apparently they were banned because they have this shiny reflective heel. And the NBA felt that these shoes would be a huge distraction for fans in the arena, and especially on TV. But either way, Kanye was pissed. And after he heard the NBA was banning his newest masterpiece, he hopped on Instagram and he let the world know these took 3 years to perfect. And the shoes went through 300 versions before this one came together. And that's when the NBA let Kanye know they might allow him if the shoe was made without the shiny heel. But Kanye felt the shoes were perfect, exactly how he designed them. And so, Yeezys are still banned to this day. Oh, and click this video. These are NBA players you didn't know are related. And I know that you've never heard about LeBron and Zion's relationship. So, click it.